Hello, everyone. Right before lunch. Awesome, so I'll definitely keep you longer. Thank you, everyone. I'm Simran Butalia from 12 Labs. We build awesome multimodal foundational models, so not just open source things to put together, but actual ground research and science with 40 research scientists working out of San Francisco and South Korea, all put together to build these foundation models. We were here before the whole AI wave, before ChatGPT. We've been building these foundation models for over 7 years now. So we've been in the game for a while and put a lot of science. We have published a lot of papers and leading the forefront in foundational model building, specifically for video. That's our ethos. That's our mode. We've raised a lot of money. NVIDIA and a lot of our partners have invested a lot in our technology and our core science for these models. With that, we bring to the industry 2 models, Marengo and Pegasus, because our founders loved horses. So they decided to name that line of models around horses. So Marengo is our native model that helps you find moments in a video, and I'll get to that shortly. Pegasus lets you actually interact, have a conversation with your entire asset library, and really get insights into that library. So how do we search now? Well, I'm also, I was a videographer and photographer for the Lakers, Clippers, Dodgers. So I did a lot of work in just interviewing players like Kobe Bryant and things like that, right? So we tagged. We sat there at Staples Center, before it was crypto, in the media room till 4 a.m. as an interns, and tagged and tagged and tagged in every part of that game. And every time Kobe made a dunk, which angle did he make it in? What did he do? Who was behind him? There was a lot of tagging going on. It takes hours, it takes days. Staples had a lot of staff. They had interns, but some of the other sports teams don't have that, right? So it takes them almost 2 to 3 days to publish a good highlight. And in today's world, that's a lot of lost revenue, right? Because a YouTuber will do it way faster. So what we enable is you upload your entire game, your asset library, and within minutes and seconds, you can now search for those moments. So things like camera moving through the trees, initially in the old world, you won't be able to search for it right that fast. Now, within seconds, you can find all the clips where the camera is moving through the trees. All the clips where Kobe Bryant just made that dunk. The third dunk, the second dunk, the dunk where you posterize somebody, right? So all those moments are instantly recognized by our models and surfaced. So once again, tag is not video understanding. Our models are built to understand video, right? So you don't have to tag them. There's no metadata tagging going on. It's complete understanding. How do we do that understanding? Let's get into a little bit of the science of that. Think of a scene where an actor is presented with a good choice of color pill to take. And if you don't see The Matrix, then you guys need to go watch that movie. All of you thought of that scene instantly, but you have a lot of scenes in your mind, right? Like, why did you think of that scene? Because you understood the context behind what that scene was, and that brought it out, right? We think the same way. You upload, when you have those clips in our index, and you make that same query, we find the exact moment just like that instantly. These are done through embeddings. Real quick science around that. I'm sure a lot of you are already familiar with embeddings, but they are the numerical representations of what's happening. And the reason we choose Matrix as an example is because Cypher does a really good job of telling you what that is. The scene where Cypher is telling Neo what he's watching on the screen as the numbers are flying through. Embeddings, right? Same science. Our embeddings are proprietary. We spent years and a lot of research and science in building these embeddings. What we do, different than a lot of the LLMs, we don't look at it frame by frame by frame by frame, or every third frame or every fifth frame and try to analyze what's going on. We take segments. We take understanding of what's happening in the first part of the video, the second part. So now we have a contextual understanding of what's happening, and we add the fourth dimension to it, time. So now what's happening in the later part is contextually understood in the beginning part. So we can do things like man being offered a choice that redefines the rest of the character in that movie for him. So that's the kind of understanding you get from us. These are our embeddings. If you look at it in our vector space, really cool. And then if you put in, in this case, I was looking for a tornado going over the fields. So in the sea of 200 clips or 500 clips, I found the exact clip I was looking for in orange here, and it pointed to it, and it found me that clip of the tornadoes going over the field. Again, none of this tagged, none of this keyworded, just simply sent to our model, and the model kind of scanned through the video, created a brain map, just like a human memory does, and helps you find those moments. So again, we take the image of what's happening in the video, the actual audio, the visual components of it, the audio, the text, logo, OCR, combine it all together into one understanding. And that's the difference, right? Like if you send it to any other LLM right now, you have to break those frames apart, send those frames, send the audio separately, send the text separately, use a summarizer, re-ranker, and all these things. We combine it all together, make it simple for you, and you can consume it using APIs. You simply upload a video, send a task to upload video, point it to a S3 bucket, make it real simple for you to ingest your content, and then give you back a simple search API, and a way to get summaries and things like that, all using industry-leading API tools. But the really cool part is we give you the embeddings as well. So if you want to put into your own Pinecone database and vector databases and do your own cosine similarity searches and create a RAG workflow, you can do that yourself, and it's more secure, right? So that your data remains your data. We don't store your data. We just want the numbers on the data so we can analyze and give you back the understanding. So your content isn't stored. Your content is your content. You keep it with you. We're enterprise ready. We deploy to enterprises. We have a SaaS environment if you want to play with things and develop cool things off of this technology, but we work with enterprises, and I'll get to some of those enterprises. So I'll do a quick platform demo of actually showing you how this works. So here is an index, so just a couple of trailers that I uploaded to some of my favorite movies. So I'll do a quick search. Tiger attacking man. None of this was tagged, keyworded, just uploaded, random query, and you'll see why I chose that moment, because it's one of my favorite movies, RRR. Here's a tiger attacking a man. Semantically just found this so quickly without any tags or keywords, right? And we'll do the same search for Neo offered pill. Let me see if I could just simplify it into just pill. And there you go. Here's that moment where Neo's offered the blue pill and the red pill, right? So the exact semantic understanding, giving you, without any keywords or tag, just getting to those moments. This becomes really powerful in production workflows. I come from the production workflows. The first movie I worked on was King Kong. So we got a lot of dailies in there. Really hard to organize all these dailies. There's so many camera angles, so many shots. But you pair this with the script, it becomes really powerful. So here's your dailies coming in. Which part of the script does these dailies fit into, right? Automatically tagged, categorized. Your file names automatically renamed. Yes, finally, right? So contextually add that to your production pipeline and production documents, and now you can then organize all this in a really intelligent way using our understanding. So I'm a dancer. I teach kids how to dance. I actually have to run to my dance studio for right after this. Just looking at it from a dance perspective, there's a lot of dynamic scenes that happens. There's a breakdancing competition at Red Bull. Something that we're working on is how do we identify what different scenes are happening during this competition, the moves that the dancers are doing. So using our semantic understanding. This is an embeddings workflow, right? These are all numerical calculations. So we took this 20-minute segment of different breakdancers doing different moves, different scenes, and we broke it down with several buttons to see where the windmills are happening. Here's a windmill. Where's the flare happening? Well, here's a dancer going into a flare. No tags, no keywords, 20 minutes. Within 3 minutes, I can identify all these moves. So really powerful applications that go in multiple different directions. One of my favorite things is one of the students, we do a lot of hackathons, paired this for created a cool little application around memories, visual memories of humans, right? What they did was they had their, they made this application for dementia patients. So the dementia patients can now better recognize the memories of their loved ones that are inserted from their loved ones. So, you know, your daughters and for grandparents, you know, their sons and daughters and grandkids would upload memories, and then the grandpa, as he's having a visual conversation through a chat app, those memories will start popping up. Grandpa, remember that one moment at that birthday? Using our 12 Labs technologies, we take that text query and find those cool moments of the grandpa and daughter working together. And they showcased this little hackathon application. They won 4 prizes, and we didn't even know they were using our technology. So there's a lot of really cool use cases that come out of visual understanding from moments. So going back into this, so not only you can you know, search for things, you can also ask our models questions. So in this case, I uploaded the 5th inning of the Dodgers-Yankees series, which was the most dramatic inning ever if you saw that game. I'm a huge sports fan, so if you know what happened in the 5th inning, it was very interesting. But let me ask Pegasus what it thought about the 5th inning. So I built my own prompt here saying, summarize the dramatic situation in the 5th inning of the Dodgers-Yankees game. Here it is, right? Like it goes without any keywords and tag. Actually gives me a full understanding of what happened in that 5th inning. You know, Yankees began the game with 5-0. Dodgers did this, and the key moments happened, and that there were some critical plays and errors. I would say pretty drastic plays and errors, not even critical. And it shows how the end of the inning happened, what the atmosphere was in the stadium, and what the overall conclusion is, which is really cool, right? So you can take these as production notes. So your PAs can quickly run this through our models, create production notes, start gathering clips together, see where other errors are happening, happened in the past, who did those errors, and so you can really put a nice agentic workflow with this type of understanding. So going back to the presentation, you know, our business is a collection of video workflows. So wherever there's production, wherever there's videos, we can apply this technology. So localization is huge. Captioning for the visual and hearing impaired is very critical. Because we understand videos, let's make those captions better for the impaired. Distribution, you know, everywhere you see a need for better video understanding, that's where we fit in. Monetization, everybody loves making money, right? So ads, personalized ads, and things like that is where this technology gets paired to. We're everywhere. You know, media entertainment is where I'm focused on because I come from this world. But we're in advertising, creator economy, you know, and then public sector, body cam footage, security footage, what's happening in the parking lot, is that an insurable claim, and things like that, all get paired into this as well. So the security sector is huge for us. Healthcare is huge for us. You know, let's see if the doctors need help better creating reports on the surgeries that just happened. That's been a use case for us. Automated driving, self-driving cars, you know, analyzing the footage of the self-driving cars. And so wherever there's videos, our models fit right into it because we have base understanding of videos like humans do. And then from that base understanding, you can fine-tune it to what you need. So if you notice, a lot of the examples I showed you were like tiger attacking man, actor being offered blue pill, red pill, and not necessarily Keanu Reeves offered that, right? Because the models aren't trained on proprietary data. They can be if you want us to. We work with you to take your data set and train a model to do that, and that becomes your model, your enterprise model to consume. So you could, and we have done that with enterprises like the NFL. Right, so if you want to identify this player, Aaron Rodgers throwing a play, doing this, Tom Brady doing this, only they can do that using that model. And we can do a good enough job because, you know, the announcer will probably say that, but pairing it with the actual data that you have, and letting the model understand that and happening in your secure environment is what we specialize in. So we don't publicly push this data out. We stand it up in your AWS environment and your cloud environments and let you consume it. So another quick example of what you can do with generate. So you can write scripts, you can do all these things that are possible. So let's pair it all together. We have two awesome models that visually understand something and they generate data for you. Now what do we do with this? Well, let's create an agent. Everyone's heard of agents by now, but now you can enable agentic workflows with things like LangChain and other technologies out there using our core understanding. Now you can do things, take like a whole game that just happened, pair it with your production notes and production pipelines, and actually create a highlight reel. So that's something some of our customers are doing, especially in the sports world. Like, find me the top 3 video clips of a touchdown that just happened and get it ready to be sent to a highlight. We did a quick hackathon during October. It was a horror movie trailer, so I gave the contestants a trailer to create, horror movie trailer to create, a mom-daughter playing, cabin in the woods, and there's a clown chasing them because there was a car accident. So typical horror movie, spoiler alert, the mom's a clown at the end of the movie. So here's our index of all these clips, stock video clips and audio and footage. And putting it all together, our jockey agentic workflow using LangChain was able to take this prompt, create search queries that are relevant to that script, and then finally go find those clips in this huge, vast library of clips, and then put it together. Mom and daughter playing, car accident, kids approaching a cabin, terrorized by the clown. Happened within 3 minutes. Is this a finished movie? No, it sucks, right? There's no way I'm going to watch this. But it's ready to be finalized and not finalized, I would say conceptualized to a movie, right? So you can now gather these clip faster. And that's the hardest part working in production workflows. It's just organizing your data, right? It takes forever. I was showing this to a colorist, and she found it absolutely amazing. She's like, I can use this to actually create the mood of the scene and get validation for what I'm doing and then go into that. So it becomes really powerful from a production standpoint. There's no way I can take this and create an awesome scene like Nolan flipping a semi-truck, right? So, but I can find the scenes of the semi-truck and where those is happening. So we make it easy for you. You can consume all these cool things, including this jockey agentic workflow using our SDKs. You go to our GitHub and download this SDK. And when I first started working for this company, I was actually working to implement the solution at NFL, and it took me one day, to start integrating everything. Sometimes I'm on a demo call and I find a developer right in front of me and I force him to download this and start working from it. They implement it right away. So we make it really easy for you to consume this technology. You sign up on our playground, get 10 hours of free indexing, start searching, you get a cool little API key that you plug into the SDK, and now you're ready to build workflows. And with all the code AI tools out there, you can do this even faster. We're integrated everywhere. All the MAM systems, EMAMs, and Iconics, and things like that, Mimir. So you can find us in all these technologies. That's a very important note. We don't create products, right? Like the playground that you saw is a playground. You go try things out. You're in charge of building these products because you know these production workflows best. So where do you want to fit this into is what you can do. We're solely focused on the science of the technology. We want to make these models more intelligent, better for your workflows, and make it easy for you to consume them. So this is where we live. You live right in front of the customer and your workflows. A great example is the MLSE use case where they applied this to the games, the Toronto Maple Leafs and the Toronto Raptors applying this to their highlight creation workflows, because it does take them a long time. They have to create a ticket, and somebody has to go find the clips, and then go bring the clips in, and then transfer it through Aspera, and do all these things, right? Like it takes 48 hours for them. We cut it down to 2 hours. They started instantly monetizing the footage from that game right away. Content creation, I am a content creator, right? So content creation is used for me. I have a dance studio. I do 4 dance classes every Wednesday for beginner, intermediate, and advanced students. I have tons of footage because I like to track how the students' progress is going. And it just stays on the hard drive for me. So, right, that kind of workflow now becomes more intelligent for me. Now I can pair exactly, I can find moments on how a student progressed through the things. For content creation use cases, content creators are constantly just filming all the time, and their iPhones and their cameras are filled with footage that's hard to organize, and this is a real world use case. So we worked with some of the content creators out there and made it really simple for them to identify exactly what's going on. And they started pairing it to the script and being able to produce content faster. As I mentioned, also working with all the security and body cam footage analysis as well. Going back to the science, I'm almost done. Getting ready for, I am conscious of your stomachs and hunger right now, but bear with me. This is real quick science behind it. A lot of videos are shot at multiple frames per second, and the LLMs at most see 1 frame. We don't. We see everything, right? We have a good contextual understanding of it. And other LLMs send all these frames using API calls and things like that. Your cost is going to go up. No matter what LLM you're going to use, they're cheap right now. They're going to go up, right? We maintain a consistent cost structure around this and are making it cheaper. Here's the really important part. All the LLMs out there don't have the context window that we do. So you can send in 120 minutes to us, which is going to increase by January to even more. The LLMs have a lot shorter context windows, which means if you send it a movie, it's going to take way longer and cost you more to analyze that movie. If you send it to us, within 5 minutes, you'll have a full contextual understanding of it, more accurate contextual understanding of it, and be able to actually do things on top of it. We're everywhere, like I said, vector databases. We're multiple system integrators, consultants. We love working with SIs and integrators. We got Blackbird in the back there as well. So we love working with editing tools and help enabling this technology in your technology. I'm a content creator, so please subscribe to me, because that's very important to me that my students keep thinking I'm cool. Thank you very much, and I'll open it up to questions.
Questions? Anybody? Questions? Yeah, question?
How do you index like performance? Say I have like 50 takes of an actor, and I remember liking the little twink or a little blink of the eye or a little kind of something, a little mannerism. Can you be able to index that?
Yeah, so we would, in that case, kind of work with you to fine-tune the model to understand exactly what you want of it. Our base model will do a really good job of understanding that and surfacing those. So if you're searching for the little things, we'll bring it up. But if you want a specific emotion from that, we would fine-tune that model within 20 clips. If you give us 20 clips, we can fine-tune it to exactly what you need out of that.
Oh, over there? Okay, coming. I'm going to get to you in a sec.
Do you have any measurements of, you've got a certain motion or characteristic that you're looking for? How many false positives and how many things do you miss?
Yeah, absolutely. Please check out our research page here, and has really good insights on the type of data sets that we use and the training data sets and how we evaluate these models, all the benchmarking and things like that. And we can work. That's one of the things we do during POC. We actually do that science for you. So if you tell us what your golden data set is, what you want out of it, we'll do the quantitative benchmarking and analysis and provide you with that. But please do check out this, because we spend a lot of time here, and this is where we what we really specialize in.
since your program understands the picture so well, can it generate an audio description track?
Yeah, absolutely. So, captioning is not exactly that, but it's close to that, right? Like, so we take exactly what's going on, and for the visual impaired, we can create those kind of really cool captioning workflows, which can be sent to our friends 11 Labs to actually produce the output. So, NFL was just playing around with this. Don't take this as what it was, what they actually did, but they took a highlight of a game that just happened and they wanted it in Stephen A. Smith's voice, and so they sent it to 11 Labs, got it back. So that was really kind of a fun use case.
Is there a relationship there between 11 Labs and 12 Labs?
Our founders are friends.
I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
Can you do live, like take a HLS stream?
Yeah, so we've done some live workflows that come down to computation. That's where the limitation is. If you have the compute to back up the live, then absolutely. But it's best to take segments of the live workflow, send to Elemental, put it into S3, and within about 30 seconds, you can get a pretty good understanding of what's going on. So we can do semi-live using segmented workflows. True live workflows just require more compute behind it.
Any more questions? Oh, over there. It's always the person across the room. It's good, I'm getting my points.
Hi, I wondered when you were giving the example in sports, if you could reverse this and use it on a legacy catalog. Let's say you're acquiring someone's catalog, there's AI in there. Was it legitimately sourced? Do we know? Can you reverse this model and turn it on to a validation or certification of existing work?
Yeah, so the model's used to also kind of better understand whether this was created by a human or not, and it just comes down to fine tuning it with more data sets, and that's something that we're working on. We'll publish some papers on that as well. Our models are also used to train other models that are visual to have a better output as well.
Can they train 15-year-olds? Just all right, ladies and gentlemen.
No, but I can teach them how to dance.
All right. Just keep her off of fentanyl. Anyway, we are now going to break for lunch for about an hour. So for those of you who are speakers or sponsors, there's lunch in the lounge. And for everybody else, we have tons of food trucks outside where you can get lunch and tables and things like that. We'll be back in an hour in this room. We're going to have a great conversation about producing with AI and how it's impacting the pipeline. So let's have another hand for 12 Labs and Simran.